I'm Christian Abbott.
I'm Nathan Lavender.
I'm Sean Abbott.
And this is the Red Mist Podcast.
Hello, and welcome to episode 9 of the Red Mist Podcast. On this week's episode, we will discuss NASCAR at Road America, Indycar at Mid-Ohio, IMSA at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, otherwise known as Mosport, if you're Canadian,
Mosport,
and Formula One at Silverstone. Nate, let's talk about NASCAR. What a weekend.
What a weekend. And I tell you, NASCAR got another first-time winner, that being Tyler Reddick. And it's really cool to see him get a win. I'm really glad Austin Dillon didn't win. If it was going to be RCR, if we're cutting to the chase on that.
All right.
Speaking of Chase, he beat Chase Elliott.
He did beat Chase Elliott.
The current road course win.
It was a great duel, and then he took the lead. But I think inside 20 laps to go.
Yeah, and then he started driving away from him, which
did.
I mean,
it
did
was
not
very
expect.
impressive. Very impressive.
Oh, it wasn't a last lap pass.
No.
But
The Xfinity had no.
The Xfinity race was though,
I
right?
think it was.
Yeah. Anyways,
but on the Cup side,
Tyler,
he did a great job. It was back and forth the whole week. It was awesome.
He started fourth.
Yeah,
he started fourth. And
Road America always
in top 5 all day.
Road America always puts up a good race.
Yeah, it was good. I was really entertained by the whole thing. We had Tyler Reddick, Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson. Trackhouse.
Look at the finish of that top 5.
Trackhouse,
yeah.
4-5.
Yeah,
Look at that.
that's
Team
what
Trackhouse. Team Trackhouse, 4 and 5. Wow. And then, Michael McDonald, Austin Cindric. Good to see him back in there. And AJ in 9th. And then Kevin Harvick, 10th. So
and I'll tell you what, that's someone that really needs a win.
Yeah, we'll get that. We'll get that into that in a minute here. But but like I said, that was a great race. As for the Xfinity Series, was it Ty Gibbs winning, which was cool.
Yeah.
No, Ty Gibbs winning was good, but we're just as in any road course event, driver's standards. Oh man. And we're going to single out one driver in particular that drives for Junior Motorsports.
No way. Who could that be?
No way? Noah?
No way. Who could it be?
Noah? Go ahead, Nate. Say it. Give us his last name.
Gregson.
Yeah, Gagson. Jesus. Hell's bells. What was he?
God,
what was he thinking?
Did he twitch in the car?
I don't know, but I'll tell you what. I was,
on a straightaway.
Right, on a straightaway. I mean, if anyone was going to give a neck twist this weekend, a neck snap to somebody this week, I didn't think it was going to be Joey Chestnuts in the hot dog eating contest. But I really thought Sage Karam was ready to. He would have just WWE'd him. Oh my God, what a buffoon! And Nate, great comment by you in a text over the weekend. Why is he even on? I have no idea. I don't see any. He is the disaster.
Yeah,
just unreal.
You know what this does too? It shows that he's not a consistent driver.
Yeah, and it caused that whole accident. Really, there was no need for it, and it wrecked a lot of people's races.
He got his feelings hurt.
Yeah.
Just because he got pinched.
Yeah, because Karen put a road race.
Yeah, you're racing.
Yeah, and you're racing against someone who's raced on road courses before. I mean, Jesus, come on. I mean, I'm not the biggest Sage Karam fan, but it was nothing. It was a typical NASCAR retaliation move. It was just that dumb move, and he gets away with it. Nothing.
Well, I mean, nothing. Because guess what? In NASCAR, it's boys have at it.
Yep, boys have at it. And if you drive for Junior,
I mean, yeah, right.
Nothing against Dale Jr.
As long as you win at Talladega or Daytona, you're fine.
Yeah,
right?
but jeez, good Lord. he took
I don't
out
know
like
what
that
that was
took
all
out
about.
like 9 cars or something.
But yeah, seriously, the 8, 9 good cars. Myatt Snyder was one of them. He's kind of like one of my favorite, like,
Yeah, he had he
you
had a
know,
decent qualifying position and
a
stuff.
black horse
Yeah.
driver, if you will. But
Oh, wow.
I was kind of annoyed to see. And Landon Castle is another driver who usually brings the car home
Yeah.
week in and week out, and he just got collected in that because the track was blocked.
Right. You know where to go.
Which-
Yeah, it was just a mess.
Yeah.
But but
Not
anyways,
a fan.
Ty Gibbs with a good drive there. It was a lot of familiar sports car guys in that race. We had Andy Lally was in it. We had Chris Dyson was in it, and among a few of the others, along with Sage.
Sage was having a great run too.
Yeah, he was
going out to that
It
point.
was unfortunately that was the Xfinity series, but the far better the NASCAR race, the Cup race was much better,
Way better.
much better. And I don't, there wasn't, everyone ran clean that whole race. It was good hard racing and stuff like that. And Reddick and Elliott really put on a battle up front. So I was kind of thinking Chase was going to get it, but boy, Reddick just sort of closed up on him, and great pass.
Well, and you know what else happened too? Like, not even in the race, Kyle Larson had almost, I would say, save of the year. He did it.
Yes, I saw
Exiting
that.
the kink.
Yes.
He did a complete 360.
Yeah.
And just kept on going. But this is like not even a piece of paper close to the wall. Like,
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
he almost had a tore up race car, but
Pretty
he
crazy.
didn't. He kept it off the wall and kept on going. And
But that was
and fast forward, he would finish third.
right.
So I mean, good result, even though it really
All right.
doesn't matter, I guess.
All
But
right. So that wraps up the race activity. But now let's move on to my favorite subject here. It's what's happened to the point standings.
yeah,
We now have 13 different winners. So fantastic. So now we have 13 guys locked in. Right?
I mean,
Correct?
Yep.
All right.
yeah, correct.
Correct. So now we only have 3 guys. We have 8 races left.
8 races left, and if
We have 2 road course events.
Yep.
One Kimmy will win. Imagine if Kimmy won.
Oh my God, he's in the chase. Good win.
All right, wow.
First year.
Just that. Wow, that just
Yeah.
crossed my mind. Imagine if he won. Oh, that would just blow everything up. It would be perfect for NASCAR. Anyways, so the way this is great. They got 13 different winners, 8 races left. In theory, you could have eight more winners.
Yeah, you
first
could-
time winners, and all 21 have to get in. Correct?
I feel like there's
Because-
it's the top 16 only,
Well,
because that's the way it's formatted by
all
points
right,
anyway.
Yeah. So
Even
Elliott's
with the
Elliott's
benefit.
got 13
It's-
playoff points
It
because he's
says
got 2 wins.
16 eligible playoff drivers.
Right. The only thing I don't understand is Suarez has 1 win and 7 playoff points. Kyle Busch has 1 win and 6 playoff points. Don't.
Which, I mean, you get the playoff points from stage.
Oh, the
Yeah,
stage
finishes.
Stage finishes. Okay, I gotcha. All right. Okay.
Yeah, because
anyways,
the top
that's-
10 get from
that's
10.
Gotcha. All
to
right.
1.
Okay. Sorry. That nuance I didn't get. But I mean, this is awesome.
Yeah.
But good for the gen. For the next gen car. What is it? What do they call it? Next gen? Is that what they're calling it?
Yes, or Gen.
Gen 3, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, that was
anyway,
Gen
so this current car is causing all sorts of havoc, which is awesome. So all we have left on the traditional points people right now, Ryan Blaney's 112 above the cut line. My man Martin Truex 61 above, and Nate, one of your favorite drivers, Christopher Bell, he's 20 above. So he's got.
Oh, yeah.
Bell's got a gap of 40 points on Harvick, who's 20 below.
Which, I mean, Harvick has to win.
has to win.
There's
Yeah.
no other way to
Yeah.
get for him to get in at this
and if
point.
you look at the other, if there's a God on this earth, Austin Dillon will not win a race, please,
no, I mean,
because
unless he wins
he's
at
sitting
Daytona.
he's sitting in 20th right now, and God, please no, please no,
Oh
please
no.
Please
Well, and you know what? Look,
because we got Harvick,
Kevin Harvick.
Amarillo, and Eric Jones.
Well, don't,
who Eric Almirola is in his last year in NASCAR. After this year, he does
Yeah.
retire.
Oh, he does
So-
retire, but this is crazy. Like there's a lot of like
Just a quick, I don't know if this means anything, but there's the drivers at the bottom of the standings, like Jackie Villeneuve, Boris Said, Greg Biffle, and
those
Joey
guys.
Dan. They've raced in a race, but they're blacked out on there. So are they eligible because they can?
Oh,
That's
No,
I'm just thinking
So
back
you know
to
what
the
it is?
You thing. That's my only thing. Like
I-
if Kimmy's doing
So-
a one-off,
so you know what
like
I
is
think
he
this
eligible
is?
for the playoffs or whatnot?
No. I remember when they first did this, you're in rule.
Yeah.
It was you had to be in the top 30
oh, all right. Oh,
in points.
okay.
So
Jesus.
All right.
I think
That
if
kinda
you're
throws
like
that
That's-
throws that up because imagine seeing Kimmy in the playoffs. That'd be awesome.
yeah, right.
But I mean,
And then Project 91 is
I mean,
just
yeah,
all three cars.
yeah.
I mean,
We're
talk
gonna
about-
chase it out.
Yeah.
I mean, Nate, talk about being in top 30. Brad Keselowski, he's in 30th. So
Yeah, but he's been Mr. No. Let's talk about Mr. Irrelevant.
This year,
Yeah. Anyways,
oh my
All right.
god,
All right.
I'm lost for words,
all
Christian.
right. So next up on NASCAR, we're off to Atlanta this weekend.
for the Cup
Which, I mean,
and
is-
Xfinity, right?
Cup and
Yeah.
Infinity, and then the camping trucks. This is awesome.
Yeah.
They're at Mid Ohio.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
prediction on that, I am going to go with Justin Marks to win since he'll be driving in the race.
No, that you already know. And
I-
you know what? I wish Andy Lally was racing today.
I don't.
I think he's announcing
haven't
the race.
looked. I haven't looked at the entire. I haven't seen the entry list on it, so
No, but that weekend is.
I don't know if there's any other ringers in it. Because in trucks, a ringer can win the
Yeah,
race.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know what the entry list is either. But that weekend at Mid Ohio, it's the trucks, the USF series, and then ARCA
Archer, yeah,
running at that race.
Yeah.
that track.
In
So.
which I mean, even a
That's-
road ringer in ARCA.
Right,
Yeah.
but
could
that's
pull it off.
that's a fun weekend of
yeah.
racing though.
So this is good. So we got the quickest state 400 at Atlanta. Oh, presented by Walmart. Oh, that's cool. And then we come to New Hampshire the following week. So we'll dig into that. But let's all pray out there for another winner.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
want- we
none
want
of the
chaos.
Dillon brothers.
Yeah, none of the Dillon brothers. All right.
Oh
so
my
let's,
God,
let's
no.
move on. All right, let's move next on to IndyCar.
Well, hold on. Hang on. Before we go, who do you think is going to get those 3 spots? Because I can tell you
I'm
right
not-
now,
I'm not even-
it's Kevin
I'm-
Harvick is one of them.
I'm not even going down that road yet because
You're not okay.
because it's
All
just
right,
too
all
much of a toss up right now.
I'm gonna go Jones, Stenhouse, and McDowell. Just
McDowell could win at Daytona.
McDowell has been very consistent. He's
Yeah.
he's had
But
like top 10s in the
yeah,
last
I
like
don't-
5 races too.
you never know. All right.
All right.
Anyways,
It- no, I hear it, I hear it.
I
But
just right now.
Kevin Harvick has to be one
right
of those
now,
drivers
the guys
that
on
gets in.
on point, Blaney, Truex, and who's the other one? That's on points, and Christopher Bell. Those are my 3.
I'll say Brad Keselowski, but it's the same odds as
Oh,
Cody Ware getting
you're
in
just-
at this
you're
point.
just saying
So
Brad
it's
Keselowski.
impossible.
Yeah, Brad
Yeah.
Keselowski's
He's-
got
he's
just as
not-
much
he's
chance
not
as
gonna make
Kimi
it this year.
Räikkönen does. Anyways, moving on. All right, let's talk about Mid Ohio. Congrats to Scott McLaughlin as young Scott McLaughlin, as Lee Diffie likes to say. Great, he was fast all weekend.
oh yeah.
Drive of the
field.
race. Drive of the race is
Yeah,
Will Power.
yes.
In the Verizon and Chevrolet.
yeah.
Yeah, at lap
Verizon.
1, he spins out, and he just
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean just flies
All right,
through the
well,
field. Like,
we're not going to talk. There was the contretemps or kerfuckle in qualifying between him and Helio.
Yeah.
So,
I know.
so that kind of put Will at the back on his own.
Yeah.
Okay, so got no one to blame about being back there, but that. But drive of the race goes to him.
Yeah. Mid Ohio's not easy to pass on
Yeah.
at all.
No,
So
what-
he was cutting his way
but there's
through.
a lot of good drive. You have to be a
Yeah.
good driver to do well.
No,
there.
exactly.
McLaughlin did I mean, he was quick all weekend. I
Yeah.
mean, there was no other way to describe it. I mean, I think and you pointed this out, Christian. I think he likes those kind of tight, twisty.
It translates very
Yeah.
very nicely from what he was used to from V8 supercars.
Because like Road America, even though you would think he'd be good on it, it's a big road course.
it's big like that. You can mask a lot of bad talent on a big course,
Right.
Right. Whereas when you think about Mid Ohio, or I mean, really any of the street courses like that, you really have to be a good driver at those ones. And I mean, he's shown at St. Pete and now at Mid Ohio too. I don't know where did he finish at Detroit? Because that was the other road course.
Did he have an issue? Oh no, he clanked the wheel on the wall.
Oh, okay.
Graham Rahal.
Yeah.
No. Shit happens.
Yeah, that was too bad.
But I think that's probably where you'll see his form really come in.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then
Palou, once again.
Consistent.
Another drive of the race, and he was making some passes. Was Renus VK?
Yes.
He made some.
He made
great
one
pass.
on Chris
Christian,
Dixon.
we're watching the race. We're watching the race live on the stream.
Yeah.
Christian had to back it up to watch it again because it was such a cool pass.
He made two passes in two corners, around two separate cars. I was like,
that was Simon Pagino was the other car.
It was amazing.
Two champions of the series.
I mean,
that's overtaken the year.
Right. Yeah, and then another shout out to another great drive from David Malukas. Coming on.
Yep.
He's coming on, and he's learning under Takuma.
Yeah.
Takuma. And they seem to have like apparently a really good relationship, is from what I've read. So that's good. Christian Lingard saved Rahal Letterman once again.
Just outside the top 10.
Just outside the top 10, but yet again, ahead of Mr. Ohio himself, Graham Rahal. Jesus. Tell you what,
my God.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And then, well done by Spam. Oh, sorry. What are they?
Schmidt.
McLaren AMP. Jesus, where did they buy their Chevys from, or lease them from? Holy hell!
Apparently, the same place that Penske gets them.
Yeah. Well, and that was fantastic.
So I
it must have been the same place that you, Hunko,
or maybe Gentilozzi.
Yeah, it might be Gentilozzi. Great. RG put a tail on him. So that was good. So that was a fun race. Once again, Colton Herta gets shafted by bad pit strategy.
Oh, I know.
Yep.
I don't know what
today.
I get.
That day.
I get his dad's like thinking outside the box here, but they can't be thinking outside the box. They got to get points. So that kind of threw that into
they're out of the championship at this point.
Yeah, it's starting to get that way. We'll drift over there in a second after we're done with the race, little race recap here. What else was gonna? Here we go. Let's talk about the drama that is Andretti Motorsports. What was going on there? And it wasn't just one driver on another. It was four drivers getting into it.
Yeah.
Because Di Francesco got into it with Grosjean, and then Grosjean was all PO'd about Rossi, and I don't know. I'll tell you what, that they got to figure out what's going on inside that team quick. It just doesn't seem like there's any plans, in terms of race plans, what's supposed to go on and stuff, whether, one guy's, again, engineers should be telling, or race, whoever's in charge of the communication between the pit box and the driver, they should be telling you who's coming up. You got a teammate in front of you. How hard is that?
The other thing too is I was looking at the standings too, and you have to realize where you are in the standings. Like it's
you do, but shouldn't
it's
the team be
Ganassi, and then Pato's up there in
right
McLaren. But like then after you get after those three teams, then it's Andretti.
Yeah, it's Andretti. But the thing is, it's like, why are teammates getting into it? Like, just tell. Somebody should have told Grosjean Rossi's coming. Someone should have told Rossi that's Grosjean. Okay, I don't know. Maybe he can tell. I don't know. I'm not sure he knew, but I'd like to know if they tell that stuff. And then Colton got biffed, and then
But at the same point, it's like as collectively as a team, you should all know.
Yeah,
you all need to work together.
Yeah, you all got to get points. So it's like if one of you is like lagging, get the hell out of the way.
Right.
I don't know. It's unbelievable, but I guess Michael was running around the paddock after the race and like apparently they were they hauled everyone back to the trailer before they even let him talk to the press, and I guess there was a big blowout in the Andretti trailer after the race, and that included engineers and everything. So that was I'm sure as Nate likes to say from his favorite line from Days of Thunder, like a monkey fucking a football. Can we say that?
That's what they all did. Yeah,
we can say whatever.
Rossi was football.
Can you bleep that out? Just bleep out the F.
Do you want to?
Just bleep the F.
I don't have to.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to get us flagged on our. Because we come up as clean. Jeez, Nate, it's not free reign. Anyways.
Oh, okay. All right.
So that was. Anyways. So all right. I think we kind of settled that. Next up for IndyCar, I think is Toronto.
Yes.
So looking forward to that. That'll be a fun return to a good race.
The streets of Toronto.
Streets of Toronto. I like that track, so that'll be fun. Looking forward to that coming up. Just quick look at the points. Getting tight at the top.
Ericsson.
We got Marcus Ericsson, who again had a decent drive.
Yep, consistent.
We got Will Power, Joseph Newgarden, Palou. Those, I think, right there are the four that are going to contend for the title. Because after that, we got Pato, who's 2 points ahead of Dixon, who's lurking, and who's ahead of McLaughlin by 2. I want to say McLaughlin, but I'm going to say McLaughlin in honor of Lee Diffie. I think it's McLaughlin anyways. I don't know. He's New Zealand, so what do I know? And then after that, it's a drop-off to Rossi. So, I mean, right now, anybody that's below McLaughlin needs to start going on a win streak big time. But I'm looking at that top 4, and the only other person I think that could conceivably skate into that mix somehow, it'd be tough, is Dixon.
Yeah,
but he's like 70 point. It's like a 70-point differential out of first.
Pato, Dixon, and McLaughlin, I think Dixon would be the do it. Just
because
on experience.
Of consistency at other tracks coming up.
No, and that's but you look at his points, he doesn't have around less than 22.
Right. So
20. Sorry.
If I had Ken Erickson do it, I don't know. I would say it's Power, Newgarden, and Palou.
Dixon's gonna need to do a lot more coaching.
Erickson's gonna need a win.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he's going to need maybe 2 because I'll tell you what, Will Power is on a charge.
He's on a charge,
right now.
and Newgarden's kind of laying around, so it's kind of good. So,
I mean, we're just halfway through the season too.
Yeah. So
anything can happen
for sure. And he was a threat in qualifying, and you saw what happened there with Joseph Newgarden. He wasn't too thrilled, but even Palou. I mean, he's trying to defend his championship from last season, and he's still able to do that. I mean, he has significant points, and he's going to be a strong contender, as we saw last season, toward the end of the season as well. He's not going to slow down by no means.
Oh. Yeah, because then after Toronto, it's a doubleheader at Iowa.
Ooh,
right.
So,
and you know what? I even see either Scott Dixon, or you know what? All of the Ganassi cars. I mean, I could really see them really show up, and even for Andretti, that should be a race where it's like, if not Toronto, Iowa, because if Marco Andretti can win there, look, anybody can win.
Well,
there.
If I was going to go the dark horse there at Iowa, and I mean really a dark horse, I would go Connor Daly.
Oh yeah, he's gotten pole there.
Yeah,
he's fast there.
Well, Ed Carpenter goes there. That team goes well there.
That's right.
Yeah, so they could be a real threat there too. It will be interesting for sure because I mean, even Jimmy Johnson. I mean, seriously, like you could really see Jimmy Johnson win a race that weekend. But
yeah. Well, would you see Iowa? He would win that one, or what about Gateway?
Who?
Jimmy Johnson.
JJ, just doing well.
Doing well.
I think I see Iowa more of a chance.
More of a chance there.
Okay.
So, anyways, all right. Anything else? I mean, other than I know Chevy's looking into the problem. That's been the big news on what was going on with their motors. So,
yeah.
but that.
Yeah, Paddle Award should not have retired for that. That was.
They said they
But
couldn't
it
find
was
a fuel
only
mix.
it was only
Fueling
McLaren
mix.
that had the issue though.
Yeah, same thing with Felix.
Yeah. Well, also, Juncos had a problem with theirs, and
right, Colin Islet.
and it was.
But none of Penske.
No, the Penske cars didn't. So I don't know.
Weird.
But the Penske cars had problems earlier. So I don't know where this goes, you know.
Yeah.
So anyways, so we'll see what happens. All right. So that wraps up IndyCar. Let's move on to IMSA real quick.
Well, hold on. Who do you think is going to win Toronto? Or is that too early?
Power.
Let's see. Because it's the 17th.
Yeah, it's
So,
the next
2 weeks.
Next 2 weeks. Let me research on that, Nate. I haven't.
Yeah, I'm going to do some research.
I'm gonna go not Dalton Kellett, and not Devlin DeFrancesco. So sorry to my friends.
It's not going to be Jimmy Johnson.
Sorry to my friends to the north, but
I'll go willpower.
they will be
I say
inspired,
continues the
but
hot
it won't
streak.
be a. It won't be. No. Anyways, we'll visit that next week. All right. So on to IMSA, combined field. No LMP2 cars.
No.
We had LMP3 though,
Mm-hmm.
along with DPI, GTD, and GTD Pro. Early part of the race, a lot of little issues.
Cautions.
Yeah, cautions. Frankie Montalcalvo got wiped out in the Lexus by two LMP3 guys that thought they were going to win the race into the first corner. And then basically, took out the pole sitter in GTD. So good move.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that kind of wrecked their race. If we look at, then we had Rahal Letterman. Like a tire came off the car, of all things. And then from there on, the race settled down. There were just a lot of incidents with the LMP3 cars either just going off on themselves, or there was a couple where they kind of got hip checked off by DPI. Yeah. In particular, there is one team. And I mean, it's one of the Acura teams. It was the Meyer Shank team. Olivia Pla. He did have the red mist. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
He took off a couple people, and then he took umbrage with Ricky Taylor trying to make a pass on the inside down the front straight, which is completely legal. But when you decide that you're going to drive him to the wall, that's going to get a reprimand. And they did get a drive-through, I believe, for that, or I don't know. He got something.
Yeah.
Boy, it kind of like effed the Taylor team a bit. That was kind of just some of the stuff that was going on. But then the Cadillacs were just driving out of their mind, coming through the field and stuff. They all had issues and sort of fought their way back. And as we got to the end of the race, Van der Zande, Ranger, he put on a charge.
Yeah.
To chase Jarvis down.
Yeah.
Ollie Jarvis.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. It wasn't Pla. It was Jarvis. Sorry if Pla listens to this race. I thought it was you. Anyways, Ollie Jarvis was the one that was driving like a madman.
Yeah.
Anyways, so he put a move on him and got by and took the lead and then kind of drove away with Meyer Shank finishing second, and then the Whelen Engineering car with Pipo Durrani and Olivia Pla finished third. So in DPI, in LMP3, nice win for Core Motor Autosport with John Bennett and Colin Brown, followed by Jared Andretti and Gabby Chavez. There's a name. Good to see back in racing. And then the GR3 racing team with Grist and Below finished third. And then we went into GTD Pro. We had the Pfaff Porsche from Hometown Boys there.
Yeah, winning at home.
Winning at home. Matty Campbell and Matthew Jaminet winning there with Garcia and Taylor in third in the Corvette. And then Ross Gunn and Alex Riberos in third. And I think that team's also our Canadian-based team. So Good for them.
Heart of Racing.
Heart of Racing, yeah, I think they are a Canadian-based team. And then we had Heart of Racing won in GTE AM or GTD with theirs, and then Russell Ward and I can't remember Ellis's first name, but in the Winward Racing Mercedes, and then in third in a fine effort, and Nate, one of your favorite racing teams, Rick Roy Racing.
Yes, sir.
We had Ryan Eversley and Anthony Reed finishing third. So good to see Eversley get a podium.
That was really awesome.
So, and
well deserved.
Well deserved. So good on them.
Just for clarification, Heart of Racing is founded in Seattle, Washington.
Oh, Seattle, Washington. Okay, well, the Great Northwest. Anyways,
yeah.
So that leaves us.
You're borderline.
Yeah, we go to the points now. Just real quick, DPI, we have Tom Bloomquist and Jarvis Meyershank in first by 23 points over Taylor and Albuquerque in the Taylor Racing Acura, followed by Alex Lynn and Earl Bamber in the Chip Ganassi Cadillac. So it's looks like the Acura's kind of got a stranglehold here. It's about a 100-point differential from third to first. So I guess the Cadillacs are going to have to go on a run over the next few races.
Right. And Tom Blomqvist,
is there
he put on a
I think there's
fire
4
blast.
races left.
Yeah, and the only other big race left is
Petit Le Mans.
Yeah, so there really isn't a whole lot of
they don't race. DPI's
points
not at Lime Rock
to
next race,
Nope.
so that's just GTD only. So GTD Pro. So there, and then in GTD Pro, we got Campbell and Jaminet with a 107 point lead on Garcia and Taylor in the Cadillac, with Hawksworth and Ben Barnicoat in third.
There's only 2 DPI races left.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Is it
because
Laguna?
the last 4.
Is it one at Laguna?
No, VIR.
No, Laguna's not on the schedule.
I thought Laguna was on the schedule.
That's just here.
Nope. No, they did
Oh, it
earlier.
was. They already did it.
earlier.
Oh, early.
They were
in the
early
season.
in the
So
year.
what's left for DPI?
So the last 4 races of the
Lime
IMSA
Rock.
calendar are Lime Rock, Road America, VIR, and Petit Le Mans.
So it's
And
Road America
and Petit Le Mans.
PT. What's in between Petit and Road America?
VIR.
Oh, VIR, and that's a GT Festival or whatever they call it.
Same with
Lime
Rock.
Yeah. So wow. All right. So kind of there, and then quickly
Getting down to the wire.
Yeah.
in the GTD class, Stephen McAleer. He is the sole. Hold on, I'm sorry. Did I read this right? Yeah, McAleer's leading the points.
Did he have different driver? Are you just looking at
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to the way they do this. The points
Yeah,
is kind of screwy.
Yeah, so IMSA will do points based off of driver, and then also do a team, and then a manufacturer.
So where's the total point
standings.
Okay. Sorry, I was looking. Yeah, sorry. It's a 10-point lead between Taylor and Albuquerque, 10 points behind Jarvis and Blomqvist. Sorry, I was looking at the only in IMSA. Can you make it hard to follow your points? Campbell and Jaminet got a 50-point lead on Garcia and Taylor, and they subsequently have a 30-point lead on Barncoat and Hawksworth and GTD Pro. And then GTD, McAleer's he's driving solo. His teammate sat out one race, so he's got a he's got about a 34-point lead on Hardwick and Halen, and they missed this race because of the COVID rules, so they sat out this race. And then Oberlin and Foley are about 90 points behind them. So, and they did not have a good weekend this weekend. So, couldn't gain ground on the absent Wright Motorsports team. So next up is for these guys is Lime Rock for Michelin Pilot and GTD Pro. In Michelin Pilot, just another shout out to another incredible day for Robert Wickens. Showed up at his home track. His wife gave birth on Friday. The team elected, which is bizarre, but anyways, they elected. I think they practiced on Thursday. And they elected to sit out practice and qualifying on Friday because they're trying to, I think from a team perspective, they're trying to keep Wilkins and Wickens on the same points or something, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, so they basically missed qualifying. Started at the back of the field. Wickens shows up, drives the first stint, gets the car to third in class, and then Wilkins jumps in and takes it to the lead, and they win. Talk about a 7-day stretch for Robert Wickens. Congratulations on the wins, and congratulations on the birth of your son. It's awesome. So well done there, sir. So that'll close out our little IMSA segment for this week, and on to Formula One at Silverstone.
Vamos.
So I will say this: a well-deserved win by Carlos.
Yeah.
He did. He was around all weekend. Did not expect to be on pole, but the tricky conditions unfortunately caught Leclerc out, which unfortunately caught Max out, and Carlos was in the right spot at the right time.
Yeah,
got pole.
Yep, and the smooth operator really rose to the occasion.
He did, and obviously he's a favorite driver of this podcast. So
sure is.
We all like him.
And you know what else too? He what is it? He didn't even think it was going to be a fast lap either.
No,
over the radio, he was just like,
right.
Wait, really? Like,
yeah.
So he was even shocked by himself.
Yeah, no, that's true. So I was, that was good. Surprise in qualifying.
Yeah,
Nick Latifi.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
What a drive! Go.
Oh my gosh.
Go Tiffy.
Yeah, right. Go Tiffy.
Hey, what?
Look, Q3. He made it to Q3.
He made it to Q3. I don't care. It was raining. I don't care.
It's good effort. You got to be at the right on
some
the track and have
some
the
of the better drivers didn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
and I believe he outqualified. Did he outqualify Mr. Consistency? Oh no, he didn't. No, he didn't. We'll get to that.
But he outqualified Daddy's Cash.
He did beat Mr. Consistency on Sunday.
Yes, he did. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Wait, did George get a top 5 or?
Huh?
No, I'm just messing.
What?
No.
I said, did George get a top 5?
Not in this race.
Shock.
Let's put it this way: he got a top. He got a top 5 of being out in the first 5.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
yeah.
we will get to. I don't know. We'll get to that. It's gonna be. I got an opinion.
Spoiler.
On that. I have an opinion on that, but I don't know if the others share the same. Anyways, move to race day. Obviously, forecast was for sun. Mm-hmm. And this time, Christian and I listened to the F1 TV guys for the race. I couldn't take. I was going to take the Sky Sports pro.
No.
Pro.
Just hear about
pro Brit, pro Mercedes propaganda. So I was going to stay out of that. So we stayed out of that and went to F1 TV. And by the end of that, Christian and I are like, at some point, can they please just get some non-biased British announcers for covering F1? Because good Lord, God, it's just
bring back Barsha.
Yeah, bring back Hobbs. Bring back
Matchett.
And he's British.
Yeah.
Still, and bring back, put Will Buxton on the pit lane. That's fine. I don't care. Yeah, that's fine. But
that's your star-studded analysis team.
Anyways. So
I missed that crew.
We had the. Anyways, we had the start. Max just exploded away.
Yeah, good start. He started on the softs. Everyone else was on the mediums. So he got a good launch.
Yeah, he tooled everybody. So and unfortunately in the back we had chaos.
Yeah.
I think maybe next week we can. Well, I don't know because we have Austria next week. I don't really want to get into a huge diatribe about it, but.
Well, really quick. I mean, the Halo did its job.
The Halo did its job. Yeah.
The Halo and let's not forget too every other safety feature that has been put on the car since F1's really
the
ramped
unfortunate
it up.
thing was the car went upside down. Into the sand trap. Now, some people have been talking about the little T-bar on top breaking off. I'm kind of glad that did break off because had that dug in to the sand, that thing was going up and over.
Well, I think everyone was just kind of shocked that it did break sand down as much because I thought it was a little bit more structural.
But the sand, obviously the sand's meant for the tires going off.
Yes,
to dig in, not for a car to be barrel rolling in there.
But then once the car got into the gravel and started to slow down somewhat. Then the tires started to dip down, and then once the tires hit the gravel,
it was unfortunate and freakish.
But yeah,
car got into the catch fencing, which I did not like to see because that catch fencing is very close to the crowds.
Yeah.
Right, and the way it was pinned, I couldn't believe what I was.
He wedged it in there.
Yeah, he found a slot that
apparently the biggest issue was he was fine. He told everyone was fine right away. Yeah. It's just they couldn't get him out of the car.
Yeah.
Then we had Mr. Concerned run over after basically Hamiltonian Joe into much like Max took Max out last year. Not as
So you're saying a Mercedes front left wheel hit the right rear of another car.
A front left Mercedes going into a right-handed corner decided
to move
offline into the right and then close the gap on Gasly because there was a gap there. So I'm going to go with that. And then we had him jump out of the car. Good for him. Checked on everybody. That's fine. I don't have a problem with it. But then he starts lobbying, I can drive the car back.
No, he got out.
He got out of the car. Once you get out of the car, you got a problem. Okay?
It's DNF. Yeah.
It's a DNF. Secondly, the car was not drivable back.
No.
There was
Did you see what it looked like?
There were several guys from
the
there was a couple podcasts that I listened to that folks had saw the car and said there is no way that car would have ever made it back to the pits. So
and even if it did, it's not it's damaged.
Yeah.
And that's what you're driving the rest of the race.
So,
I understand it's his home race and he wants to
I get it, but you know what, George? You're out. So he was out. Then the race gets off to another start.
Start was great.
Start was great. We had some great battling. Lewis came through the field.
Yep.
Props to him. Got the car running.
Yep.
He battled his way up there. And Ferrari. You know what? You know what they really need to do? They should have like a guest like two guys come in and they're guest race strategists, because I swear to God that like
it doesn't even matter.
They could do it from the fan base. We all write in, get in a raffle, and we all get picked.
Yeah.
Because we could all do better. I mean, no idea. Ocon's car slows up, and what do? They just Carlos.
What do you mean?
Pit.
What do you mean?
Carlos pit.
What do we do?
And leave Leclerc out there.
No. The best actually, I saw a video the other day, and Ferrari strategy has gone down ever since the day where Vettel asked, "What are we doing for strategy?"
Right. No, I know.
Over the radio.
I know, but when the drivers and I know we had a little spirited conversation about this because I said, "Yeah, Leclerc's right," and you were like, "Well, you got to bust on him." I do bust on Leclerc a few times, but anyways, sometimes I feel like he's whining and I don't want to hear it.
Sometimes I'll give it to you.
Especially, at Singapore 2009.
It's kind of like like with George when he's whining in practice that somebody cut him off, and I'm going, can you possibly look in the mirror from last year?
Right.
And then let's also
that was dangerous driving.
That was dangerous driving. Yeah, he likes to note that was dangerous driving. And yes, you were the one that took Bottas out, and then you went over and punched him in the head. Good move, George. Anyway, we won't talk about that.
But
anyways,
Bottas.
Oh my God.
So
anyways, that's all right. I don't care. But anyways, it's like Ferrari. Just unbelievable. And then basically let Lewis back into the game.
Yes.
Right.
And then they try to Band-Aid fix it by going over the radio and saying the biggest thing you probably shouldn't be saying.
Right.
Of, Carlos, please back up and give 10 car
But
lengths.
In between all this, as the race was going on and their miscalculations, I know they were letting Lewis in. The biggest thing was they let Perez back into the race by a mile.
Well, but credit to Carlos telling them to shut up.
At that point, when we got to that point,
when we get there.
But early in the race, that whole thing,
I know.
Perez basically got back into the race because those dummies on the wall there can't figure anything out.
What I didn't realize at the end of the race was that Charles didn't have his front end plate the entire race.
Right.
I figured
how come he didn't how come he didn't get called in?
No, because I know. I know. Because
K-Mag
K-Mag got called. Because Charles's front wing broke off clean.
Oh,
so there was no
it
hanging
broke off
bits.
and flew on the track.
There was no hanging
It
bits.
could have been a danger on the track if Crofty ever saw it.
Yeah.
Well, imagine if a broken piece of a car is left on the track and gets wedged up. I don't know, say on a Red Bull.
What happened? You mean like when an AlphaTauri does
Yeah,
that? And screws the leader's race. Yeah, yeah. Anyways. Yeah. So like for what jeez, Ferrari. I can't even like.
We're a little.
It's a friggin' clown show.
We're all over the map on this.
I know, but it was all over the map because it became all over the map because they just dumped. They're all clowns,
right?
And
you know what happened, Sean? You know what happened, Sean? If they let Leclerc keep that lead, okay?
Yeah.
Look, you'd have a completely different dynamic of a race, and I think you increase your chances of having Sergio Perez win that race,
right?
If you keep Charles Leclerc out in front. It was never going to work. He's going to get hosed by all these guys with fresh tires.
I mean, I conceivably
at that point you just let Sainz
if
go.
They screwed it up, if they screwed it up enough, right, with both of them.
Yeah,
Perez could have won.
Yeah,
because he was clearly faster than Hamilton. All right,
yes.
The Red Bull was faster than Mercedes. Okay, so he's faster than Hamilton, and then. Hamilton could have finished second at that point. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, okay, Ferrari can pick up the pieces. Maybe. But it depends.
No.
Because Fernando would have passed him. But the last 10 laps were that was some of the best racing I saw.
Yes.
I will say this.
Yes.
And
As
I heard
manufacturers
like I could not I've heard I did go back and kind of watch the Sky guys and the F1 TV guys.
Yeah.
All they did was that's a penalty, that's a penalty, that's a penalty.
Yeah,
and all the F1 fish all they did in race control was incident noted.
Yeah.
And that was it. It'd be dealt with after the race.
Yeah.
And then Christian pointed out when what was it with Perez and Leclerc?
Yes.
When they kind of swapped around
and played corners
as Nate likes to refer, played grab ass.
Yeah.
And Lewis got by.
Yes.
At that point, that penalty goes away.
Yes.
I mean that of that grab ass.
So Perez cuts. Yes, he cuts the corner. Right.
No one got advantage. They both lost out.
Correct. And then Leclerc goes wide. Okay, fine. But he holds position around the outside, if I'm not mistaken. So it's Hamilton, Leclerc, and Perez. No. Sorry, Perez.
I'm just when they were playing grab ass. It was just Hamilton. It was Leclerc and Perez, and then Hamilton got by. So once Hamilton got by, those two basically they self-penalized themselves. Okay, correct. So that's why that got wiped out. Then there was a couple others. Oh, there was Perez making a move. He got around Hamilton,
Lewis,
and then they started
pushed him wide.
Oh, he said he pushed him wide,
or he closed the door on him. Whatever.
But it was clean. It wasn't.
It was clean.
It was clean.
And then, same thing.
And then he got all butthurt because Leclerc went around him on the outside of Cops.
Yeah.
Which I mean, he pitched him.
This is
pretty hard.
This is my whole point. Everyone on that broadcast always wants, when it's a boring race, they're like, "Oh, we got to make it a great race.
Right.
We want a show. We want action and whatnot."
And then
you have that at Silverstone, and probably the cleanest race I've seen amongst 5 different drivers.
Yeah, it was.
Covering a piece of track.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're all like, "No, penalty." I'm like,
which I mean, come on,
really?
What is
what they were doing was because they're all pro Brett. They all wanted. They were trying to muffle it up so Hamilton could get up there.
Well, they would have gotten Hamilton, and then they would have gotten Norris on the podium,
right?
Because Norris,
right?
I mean, he just kind of was laying back there, but
look, I like it, but it's like it's getting a little too pro, whatever, you know. So
is David Croft the race director?
But that's what happens.
Well, even on the F1 TV guys were doing it.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
This is what happens when.
Although Julian Palmer, I will say this, he was the only level-headed one out of this.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, it's noted. It'll be dealt with after the race. Right. And then he goes, well, why is that one getting taken away? And then Palmer goes, because they both self-penalize themselves by letting Hamilton by. I mean, simple as that.
Right.
I mean, but Julian Palmer's a driver. I don't, whatever. Good stuff there. But it was, hey, Max gets, via Ferrari screwing everything up. Max, fought to the end and damaged any point loss, and Red Bull, because Sergio fought back through, they actually, got to, maintain or I think slightly increase the manufacturer's points, So, I mean, good there.
Well, I tell you what, too, and Max Verstappen was never going to let
no,
Mick
but if you
Schumacher
watch,
by.
but anybody that came by him, he was fighting him tooth and nail. He was fighting him tooth and nail. If Mick had a little bit more, another year or two of racing experience at F1 at the F1 level, he would have got by him. He would have got by him. You know, it's just Mick's in his second year. I mean, you know, I think that's the first time he's been dicing with Verstappen. So, you know, but good on Mick. You know, he all weekend long seemed to be he was kind of the quickest Haas, I think, all weekend. So good on him. K-Mag came home 10th, so that was good.
Double points for Haas.
You know, good job by Norris. Good job by Fernando, just doing what Fernando does. I mean, you know,
it was a good weekend for Haas on the 4th of July, and you know, good old Britain.
Yeah, good old Britain. So. Yeah, good old rainy Britain.
Yep.
And now Fernando Alonso is not the only Spanish driver to win an F1.
Nope.
That's right.
Nope.
But he also became he also passed Kimi this weekend for having the most mileage in a Formula One races. Yeah. He's done the most mileage.
He's traveled the most distance in a Formula One car.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't know, he's put some cheeky posts out about it afterwards, so kind of cool there. So really looking good there. I'm sure at Ferrari there's definitely some conversations going on.
Well,
I mean, and even from Carlos.
Yeah.
Well, look. Here's what you got. You got Carlos Sainz taking it to himself. Which, I mean, I think both Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz learned from Monaco.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
Going forward, they're going to be doing this. They're going to call the shots because these clowns can't do it.
But
they can't.
This is the other thing too: is between Leclerc and Sainz, they also need to work together too, because otherwise,
I think they're going to run them. No, I think between them, that conversation's happening. They're just going to be like, we're not listening to these guys. We're going to call the races going forward.
Because ultimately, you're going to run into another 2007
people keep saying
2007 situation with McLaren.
Yeah, people keep saying that, you know, Max, you know, I'm sure Max has a buyout in his contract, the new one.
He does.
All right, and it's basically, I think it's for Ferrari. I think it's one team, and I think it's Ferrari.
Could be.
All right. If they came and threw all the money in the world at him, why would he go? Because
not now.
Because the car is competitive, but why would I go there? Because you guys can't even call a race.
Correct.
And Max is like Vettel. He's like Vettel calling a race. You know,
Max is set right now, and unless. Which I
feel bad for Sainz and Leclerc.
No, I agree. Yeah, it's not a good situation, because if at the end of this they do talk and they say, regardless of who is the top Ferrari driver at the end of this year, one of us needs to be able to beat Red Bull.
Right.
However, this is the issue though, because you could even see that even this race, not that Ferrari should be playing team favorite to a number one driver right now, but you screwed Leclerc.
They did
out of this
race,
and that was wrong.
Yeah,
you should have if you were going to pit anyone for Reds.
Right,
correct. If you were going to pit anyone that race, you should have pit Sainz.
Exactly.
And I get it. Or sorry,
Leclerc
you should have pit Leclerc
and then let Sainz. Yes,
and
I agree.
If Sainz wanted to go around and come in or whatever,
because at that point,
or if Sainz wanted to double stack,
at that point on pace, Leclerc had proven to be faster than Carlos.
Yes.
So, because he was saying you got to make the 138.2s.
Right. Yeah. Right. For whatever reason. Yeah. Whatever they talked about. Yeah. No, that's right. But then, you know, when they get to the end of the race, they're like, "Oh, back up 10." And he's like, "No, I'm not backing up into Hamilton because Hamilton's gonna get him."
That's never gonna work.
It's never gonna work.
That and you also don't want to be doing that either, because that's. Although yes, it's in the rules, right? Then you get into the
but it doesn't matter.
Like, you don't want to be doing that stuff either.
I still think at some point Sainz was going to catch Leclerc. Leclerc was not going to run away with it.
No.
Within laps. So it's like he was right. It's like he's basically telling him, "Look, I got him. I'm going to get him no matter what. Right. Why are we wasting?" And that's exactly what it was. And you know, in Leclerc's mind, he's going, "I'm dead either way.
Right?
There's no way."
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, you know.
No, and I think Charles Leclerc saw the handwriting on the wall coming to the green on that restart.
He saw the handwriting on the wall when he didn't get pitted.
Yeah.
He knew he got screwed.
Yeah, the minute he heard that everyone else behind him pit, he was
I was just like, how do you
if,
pit one guy
if
and you're worrying about double stacking?
If he
you know what? Have signs drag it down the pit lane. He doesn't have to go.
If he didn't, if Leclerc's driving didn't keep him up in the front, then Fernando. No, Fernando could have gotten fourth.
Yeah.
If there was no scrap between Perez and Leclerc, it could have been worse.
Yeah, it could have been. Yeah, I mean, Lewis was definitely a danger too.
Well, Lewis got
for a bit. But for a bit he was.
Right.
So I mean, I like you said, Christian, great last 10 laps. It was amazing. I was not. We weren't sitting. No one was. So on to Austria. That will be a Red Bull 1-2. I hate to say it.
I mean, tell me otherwise, right?
Who's gonna? You don't even Ferrari? You kidding me?
Lando Norris P3.
Lando P3.
I got Lando P2.
Okay. Well, all right.
Okay.
That's fine.
All right.
So all right. Here's
going to be.
It's
a Red Bull
win. A Red Bull win.
1,000%.
But I say Max wins. Lando 2. Sainz 3.
Okay.
Somehow.
All right. Okay. But all right. For right now, Ferrari's got some serious problems.
I agree.
And they.
Yeah.
Charles, you are P7 after the race. Carlos,
and then
P10. We are so sorry.
And then
we couldn't tell that it was a yellow flag. We let you go around one more time.
And then my dark horse, I guess, for the podium will be Alonso.
Oh, okay.
So
right.
just to be different too, because I'm also looking at
I'm gonna go Red Bull 1-2. I'm gonna go
Going with Perez.
Just pick Max. You always
no. It's gonna be Max, Perez, and it's gonna be I really want to say Lando. I really do. I'm gonna say Lando 3.
See, now we're gonna curse him.
Oh no, I know.
Because Nate's gonna pick Lando on the
and
podium
then
too.
my dark horse is gonna be Bottas.
Yeah.
I'm going off the deep end there.
Hey, listen, look, that's guys, wow, it must be the worst kept secret. Yes, so I'm gonna go with Max. He's gonna just wipe the floor with everyone, and then Sergio Perez is gonna have he's gonna be by himself in the race and finish second, and then you have the rest of the pack, and Lando's gonna win there.
Okay, and then your dark horse.
So he's gonna get P3. I'd say my dark horse. You're going to see Pierre Gasly.
All right. Because the only other reason
But hang on. So I'm like kind of torn. Only because Haas, they got their best result at Austria. They got their best qualifying result at Austria.
They did.
So really? I'm backtracking, and I'm actually going to pick Kevin Magnussen.
For what? A podium?
But, yeah.
Oh. Okay.
P3.
There we go.
All right. I just want Perez on the podium. I just want Perez on the podium because the happiest man in the paddock in Silverstone will be possibly in Austria.
Yeah.
And that's Sergio's dad.
Yeah.
We all love Sergio's dad.
He was the happiest dad at the Mexico Grand Prix last year.
But he's all jacked up. I love
always happy.
I love
him.
him.
In the paddock.
They were talking to him. Yeah, my dad. Yeah, I love him. That guy's awesome. Guy's awesome. But anyways.
Yeah, cool dude.
So, all right. So we got Formula One in Austria at the Red Bull Ring. Go Bulls. And then we have NASCAR at Atlanta. Mm-hmm. Trucks at Mid-Ohio. That'll be fun.
Oh, and don't forget.
Yeah, well.
SRX is going to be at Nashville Fairgrounds.
So,
all right.
I was
next Saturday.
Next week, let's go in depth a little bit more on SRX.
Yeah.
And kind of do a little like season update up to that point because that's stuff that's flying under the radar right now that that people should be watching. So great, and that's Saturday Night Entertainment.
Yeah, on CBS.
On
too.
CBS. Yeah. So takes me back to Thursday Night Thunder when it was on ESPN. So
yeah, and now there's something on Saturday night to watch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's look. I was so pumped when Newman won at Stafford.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hello Newman. Like he's right there.
And Marco was third. Marco drove a great race too.
What was the Biff? Was the Biff too? Was Biff second?
Biff wasn't there. But I'll tell you what, there's a hellacious battle between Paul Tracy and Tony Stewart.
Paul Tracy finished second.
More of that.
That's what happened. Paul Tracy finished second.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good stuff.
I need me some more of that.
It's good stuff. Yeah. It's good on Tony Stewart and those guys for putting that together. That's fantastic. So, anyways. So,
no. Newman finished first, and Marco finished second. Tracy third.
Okay.
Tony's fourth.
Oh, Mr. Excitement.
And then Bobby Labonte fifth.
Bobby Labonte. All right.
All right.
So that'll wrap up episode 9. Hope everyone has a good week. Tune into some racing over the weekend, and we'll talk to you again next week. Take care.
Good night.
Thank you guys for listening to the Red Mist Podcast, hosted by Christian Abbott, Sean Abbott, and Nathan Lavin. It's produced by Christian Abbott, and music is by Alex Ward and Harrison Tate.